Hey everybody, this is Captain Fool reporting for duty, giving you my weekly comic book review. So sit back and enjoy. Alright everybody, for those of you that know the drill, I go over a bunch of comic books for the week that I chose to read. Now I didn't have time to read everything, so if I missed something you think I should have read, let me know in the comments below. Also, you may disagree with me on some of my choices. If that's the case, that's alright. Let me know below. Let's just try to keep it civil. My goal is to bring back the old schoolyard days, where we would be in discussing what hero could beat who or what comic book was good and not. And I come armed with my trusty notes, so you'll hear the paper rattle because I do it a little bit old school. I do my grading on a scale of 0 through 10, 7 being average as a 70%. So I'm using schoolyard grading. But that's not all. I also use the League of Comics Geeks to give you other people's views as well as a brief overview of the comic book as well. So let's jump right in. Before we get too deep into everything, I just want to say thank you for all the new subscribers and the ones that have stuck with me through all this time. Greatly appreciate you. The channel has been growing, and if you want to become a part of the channel, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It really helps. We also have a Patreon and other things available where you can help out the channel. Feel free to share your thoughts and views on these comics below as well. So first one I'm going to talk about is Batman issue 148, where 204 out of 233 liked it with a 3.8 average rating on League of Comics Geeks, and I gave it a 7.4, so I think we're about dead even on this one in particular. The writer is Chip Zdarsky, the artist is George Jimenez. It says it's Batman versus Batman in the Dark Prisons finale. Yes, it comes down to this. Batman rallies up the troops and he's going against the robotic version of himself. It has decent art, but boy, does this issue have some horrible outfit designs for our superheroes. I mean, the Batman suit, the Robin suit, they're just atrocious. And in this issue, DC kills Jason Todd again. Now, I'm not going to tell you any more than that. You'll have to read it to get more on that. But it is a decent story, and it has a decent ending. Just remember this, DC, do not ever, and I mean ever, use those costumes again for our heroes. Those things are just darn right atrocious. The next one I want to talk about is Suicide Squad Kill Arkham Asylum issue number 5, where a whole 11 out of 14 liked it. Yeah, not a lot of people reading this book, and I can be honestly tell you I can see why. It only had a 3.4 average rating, and I gave it a 7. Really, to be honest, this book is nothing but a prequel advertisement for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. The video game, which is, there's going to be an official prequel comic. It says this is for that, and so it officially says that. And it's really not worth much of anything. It looks and spotlights each one of the characters. The writer is John Layman, the artist is Jesus Savas. And anyway, each issue focuses on a particular character in that game. This one's going to be King Shark, which is probably the better one out of the issues. It's a prequel story for a failed video game. It's okay art at best, and really the story here is nothing special at all. I cannot see any reason why you should go out and get this issue. I know I sound mean there, but it's just the facts. I don't see any point of buying it. Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by My Wallet. Yeah, I'm not trying to push any kind of wallet or pimp any wallet out. What I mean is it's sponsored by my personal wallet and the cash that comes out of it to pay for these things. If you want to help with this, you can hit like, subscribe, that notification bell. Those are great ways to get started. But if you find yourself in a position where you can help the channel more, we have a Patreon and a subscribe star down below that you can click on those links. And for as little as $1 a month, you'll have special videos and things to just you, music that you can get. Or maybe if you wanted to, a one-time donation just to help out, we have a Streamlabs link down below. Or we also have, if you go to the Patreon shop, you could buy a song for like $3. I wish I could put them a little lower, but that's the minimum they allow for that. So there's lots of options. Sometimes you might even see an Amazon link. If you want to buy anything through Amazon, click on my link first, then go through there. That'll give me a couple pennies, possibly that way too as well. So there's lots of ways you can help out the channel, because without you, it would not be possible. So thank you, everybody. And let's get back to the video. Next one I want to talk about is Shazam number 12. 57 out of 59 liked it with a 4.1 average rating on League of Comics Geeks, and I gave this book a solid 8. I really like the traditional cover for this book as well, but it has some cool alternate covers as well. The writer is Jose Campbell, artist Emanuela Lupacino, and once again, if I butcher these, please remember it's not anything intentional there. And Mike Norton's also an artist. It says 57 out of 59 liked it with a 4.1 average rating. I said I gave it an 8, so really close to that. It says Billy and the Captain clashed. Yes, they've actually been separated in a way. Billy and the Captain have always made a great team. So why is the Captain keeping secrets from him? Darla discovers that the Captain has the ability to transform without Billy knowing it. But why now? What is going on? What does the Captain not want Billy to know? Well, this issue starts leading into that. And I think this book has good art. It is a fun story, and it is a good mystery story of what's going on there with some solid characterization. If you are a Shazam fan, definitely check this out. If you've been thinking about checking out Shazam, I recommend doing it. It's been a solid series, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. Speaking of not being disappointed, I decided to check out the new Scarlet #1. Yep, from the miniseries from Image. As they're spotlighting different G.I. Joe characters. 142 out of 145 like this with a 4.3 average rating on League of Comics Geeks, and I gave this book a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's impressive. The writer's Kelly Thompson, the artist Marco Ferrari, and I will say with Kelly Thompson writing, I didn't know what to expect here. Anyway, we have Scarlett O'Hara is about to take on the most dangerous Black Ops mission of her career, infiltrating the mysterious rising power in Japan, known, well, I'm not going to go into all that, but this is clan, because I'll butcher that clan's name, and we run into Jinx. So you get Jinx in this issue as well. You get Snow Job in this issue, and some other great characters. Now, if you're not familiar with this series right now of individual G.I. Joe characters are all before G.I. Joe was officially formed. And so we are getting all that together here. And I will say there's decent art in this book, but it could be better. But boy, did they do a great job in this issue of showing Scarlett's skills. Absolutely excellent. And this story really is off to a strong start. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, or even if you're not, this might be a good read for you. I found it very good, and I think you will too. Now, the next one I want to talk about is Venom issue number 34. I keep every week saying I'm probably going to drop this book, and I just, for some reason, keep picking it up. 58 out of 67 liked it with a 3.8 average rating on League of Comics Geeks, where I gave it a flat out 7. The reason I picked up this book is because I thought the cover looked cool. I will admit that. And it does have some interesting alternate covers as well. Al Ewing is the writer. Artist is Juan Ferreira. And anyway, it says, there's the vampiric superfoe here that's thirsting for one thing, Venom, and the captive isn't the only problem here. Okay, the dead now are walking Earth. Yeah, we know. It's because the Vampire Blood Hunt tie-in dealing with this. And I like the cover for this issue. I really did. But the story is so stinking slow. It's way too slow. It does have pretty cool art and some interesting style going on it. I cannot get into this Venom series. And once again, I'm going to repeat myself like a broken record. I can't see myself continuing to buy issues of this series. I just can't. But for some reason, I just keep doing it. The next one I want to review is Blood Hunters #2, where 58 out of 69 liked it with a 3.4 average rating. Yep, I gave this book a whopping 7. Writers Ann Nocenti and writer Erica Schultz, another writer Kara Andrews, and artist Alex Lines, Bernard Chang, and David Belladion, which I probably butchered some of those names. And really it's because this series here, this mini series, is a bunch of Blood Hunt tie-in series that focus on different characters. And we get some Hulk, we get some Kate Bishop in here, we get some Dagger and Elisa Bloodstone, and we get different stories. The art really is overall a mixed bag. Some's okay, and some is very good. It is a pretty interesting mix of characters. It's a fun read, but it's not really a good read for anybody unless you're into the whole Blood Hunt thing. If you're not reading Blood Hunt, there's no point of really getting into this. It'd just be a waste of your time. And to be honest, even if you are reading Blood Hunt, I've yet to see any reason why you absolutely need to get this to keep up with the story. So I'm on the fence on this one if it's even worth getting. Now, talking about worth getting, This is one you should definitely consider getting, and it's the Ultimates #1. And I think the initial numbers are showing well too, because 449 out of 459 liked it with a 4.5 average rating on League of Comics Geeks. I gave this book an 8.7, and that's really high for me. The writer is Dennis Camp, which I probably butchered that, and an artist is Juan Frigeri, which once again I probably butchered that as well. And we get the Ultimates returning here. Yes, we're getting the team getting built up and built together, assembling a new group with interesting characters. We've got none other than the Iron Man, Captain America, we got a Thor, we got a Dr. Doom, which is Reed, which is pretty cool in a way. And we got Sif in this. You got a lot of heroes, and they're looking to put together a new band of Avengers. Because if you understand what's going on in the Ultimate Timeline, somebody changed some things and made these heroes never be heroes. So what's going on there? And I have to say, it's a really interesting, good start, good art, really strong start to this series. I'm telling you, good story, good pacing as well. This is much better than the current Avengers series. So if you want some Avengers, this is probably the way to go. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. And speaking of disappointed, let's talk about The Amazing Spider-Man #51. 85 on 104 liked it with a 3.5 average rating. I gave this book a 6.9. Yeah, not near as high as they did. And, well, I don't know why they gave it such a high rating. The writer is Zeb Wells, the artist is Tom Newak, and penciler, which is doing most of the main art, is Ed McGuinness. And don't get me wrong, I really like Ed McGuinness's art for Spider-Man for some reason. But we got the Sinister Six being back, and here's the thing, and that's pretty cool. It's nice to see the Sinister Six back, Sinister Sticks. But it says, as if the Green Goblin weren't enough, the Sinister Six has returned too. When it rains, it pours, and this rain is going to put Spider-Man into the world of hurt. Well, sort of, but not really. See, we've got a Spider Goblin now on the loose. Yes, Peter turned into Spider Goblin. I just think that's dumb. But I did like the art to this. I like the cover. I thought that's a cool cover, but the story is really silly in this. It is a bit fun, but I'm not a fan of the whole mental thing there, and with the sins being passed to somebody else kind of crap that's been going on in Spider-Man, and we have it here making Spider-Man Spider Goblin. I'm just not a fan of the major plot. And that's why I gave it such a low score, because it was a cool fight with the Spider Goblin and the Sinister Six there. But I just don't like how it gets there and the main points all behind it. So I hope you understand what I'm getting there. I don't know. I don't like the series. I really think a new team needs to be put on this. And let's switch to something that's better, the cleanse, if you will, the palette after that one. And that's Ghost Rider Final Vengeance issue #4. Yeah, they're actually also giving the legacy number, so they're counting this as part of the original Ghost Rider run. And writer's Benjamin Percy, artist is Danny Kim. It says, Johnny Blaze is coming for the spirit of vengeance. The Ghost Rider's purpose is retribution, and Chicago is set to feel his wrath. Can Johnny stop the Hood before he completes his takeover of the city's underworld? That's right, the Hood has got the Ghost Rider power, and he's taking over Chicago. And I have to say, the way they draw the Hood as a Ghost Rider is really cool. I do like that. This book has good art, and the cover for this issue is really good too. And there's some good alternate covers as well. This book has a really good, brutal start. Really brutal. The Red Hood clearly in this issue too does not understand the Bible and Christianity as he's giving his views on the 10 Commandments and all that. Clearly doesn't understand, but makes sense. He's a twisted character that's not good. He wouldn't understand the Bible. This is a great issue for Ghost Rider fans. I gave this an 8.4. A very, very strong issue. I really liked it. If you're a Ghost Rider fan, I suggest checking this out. Now, another one to check out that I think more people need to check out is Get Fury issue #2. 43 out of 44 liked it with a 4 average rating on League of Comics Geeks, and I gave this book a solid 8. Yeah, solid 8. The writer is Garth Ennis, and he is knocking it out of the ballpark with this. And artist Jason Burrows is also doing a great job. Nick Fury has been sent in to the Frank Castle has been sent in to assassinate Nick Fury. And what's going on? You get a little bit of insight on what's going on with Nick Fury here and why they're trying to assassinate him, why they sent Frank Castle after him. Maybe get some classic Punisher before he was Punisher. And I'm telling you why I think this is a solid issue for several reasons. Good art, has a good story, has good story development. And this is really a great issue for any Punisher or Nick Fury fans because, let's be honest, Marvel's done Nick Fury dirty, really dirty. And it's nice to see Nick Fury, and unfortunately, it seems the only way we get him is in past stories now. Hopefully, people I would wish would buy this more because the numbers seem to be a little low. Because it would show Marvel that, hey, people want the classic Nick Fury back, not the let's just shoehorn and give us another version of Nick Fury, which is Marcus Fury or whatever, because of our actor that we use in the MCU and all this other baloney and malarkey that they did to shove Nick Fury out. And on top of that, of course, all the crap that they did to ruin Punisher and mess up Frank Castle and then try to replace him. We're here, we get the characters that we like, that we've enjoyed. And I wish Marvel would get their stick out of their rear and realize that, hey, these are characters that should have been around and not screwed around with. But I doubt they will, especially if we've only got, my guess is, not real great sales with only 43 out of 44 liking it. That's not showing. Now, I know that's not sales numbers, but you can usually see the higher those are means more people are buying that book significantly. And this is about low mid tier right now in the sales. So I don't think it's going to be enough to send up a flare to Marvel to give them any ideas. But I hope it does. But anyway, that's my thoughts on yours. What are your thoughts on these issues? I hope to hear from you. Share your thoughts, your opinions and things. And if you don't mind, share this with some others. Let's help out this channel grow. We've been growing a bit lately and I really appreciate that. That's great. We got a lot more product reviews coming up shortly. My son is going to be my cameraman again because summer break is about here. So hopefully I won't have all the blurry footage anymore when I try to focus it myself and record it, which I fail to do often. And I got some other ideas up my sleeve as well. Thank you everybody for your time. You've all been great. Thank these people here because without them, this channel wouldn't be possible. And until next time, keep it frugal.